Are you alarmed that Europe has quietly lost its grip on Africa's Sahel? In just the last 5 years, over 3 major governments collapsed: Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, leaving a security vacuum bigger than France's entire military footprint. Meanwhile, Russian influence is spreading like wildfire, and European policymakers are scrambling to find a new anchor for stability, counter-terrorism, and maritime control. But here's the twist. Brussels isn't turning to the old Sahel powerhouses. Instead, it's quietly eyeing an unrecognized breakaway state on the Horn of Africa, one with relative peace, functioning democracy, and a strategic Red Sea coastline. Think about it. A state that doesn't even officially exist on maps, but could hold the key to Europe's security in Africa. If you want to understand why Somaliland suddenly matters more than Mali or Niger, why it could reshape EU, US, and global strategy, and what this means for terrorism, migration, and global trade, you're in the right place. Before we dive in, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because here we break down geopolitics, global power moves, and critical security insights the mainstream won't show you. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand the EU's strategic pivot, you'll also see how one small state could change the balance of power in Africa and beyond. The EU's Sahel strategy aimed to create a buffer against terrorism by investing billions in Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. But a wave of military coups swept away friendly governments, expelling European forces and inviting Russian mercenaries in their place. The security vacuum allowed extremist groups to expand, while Russia gained access to valuable resources. The EU's approach, relying on fragile states and top-down state-building, proved unsustainable and deeply unpopular. Humiliated and outmaneuvered, Brussels was forced to rethink its engagement in Africa. The lesson: stability and reliable governance matter more than formal diplomatic niceties. Policymakers began searching for partners who could deliver results, not just promises. This search led them east to Somaliland, a territory with a proven record of stability. The EU's new approach prioritizes tangible results over old models. Somaliland's unique case now stands at the center of this strategic shift. While Somalia has struggled with chaos, Somaliland has quietly built a functioning state since declaring independence in 1991. Its homegrown peace process, led by local elders, created a durable social contract and strong national identity. Somaliland's government controls its borders, provides basic services, and has held peaceful elections. Its strategic coastline on the Gulf of Aden, with the modernized port of Berbera, makes it a key player in global trade. As instability spreads in the region, Somaliland's stability and location are drawing international attention. The EU is cautiously deepening ties with Somaliland, focusing on practical cooperation rather than formal recognition. Brussels is increasing visits, channeling aid, and supporting Somaliland's coast guard and infrastructure. The goal: secure maritime routes, counter terrorism, and manage migration, without crossing diplomatic red lines. Somaliland's coast guard is a valuable partner in policing the Gulf of Aden, a vital artery for global shipping. Every step is carefully calibrated to avoid angering Somalia or violating African Union principles. Yet, as other powers make bold moves, the EU's balancing act is becoming harder to maintain. The pressure is mounting for Brussels to clarify its stance. The stakes: stability in a region where chaos could quickly spill over into Europe. In late 2025, Israel shocked the world by formally recognizing Somaliland, the first UN member to do so. This bold move gave Israel a strategic foothold on the Red Sea and challenged the regional status quo. The international backlash was swift. African, Arab, and Gulf states condemned the move, while Russia and China voiced strong opposition. Israel's recognition forced every major player, including the EU, to reconsider their approach to Somaliland. The era of quiet engagement ended. Somaliland's status became a live, urgent crisis. The EU now faces a stark choice: adapt to the new reality or risk irrelevance in the Horn of Africa. Mogadishu reacted with outrage to Somaliland's international deals, seeing them as violations of Somali sovereignty. Somalia's government recalled ambassadors, protested to the AU and UN, and threatened to defend its territory. Egypt, wary of Ethiopia's growing influence via Somaliland, deepened its alliance with Somalia, signing defense pacts and pledging support. Turkey, too, ramped up military and economic aid to Mogadishu, viewing the Ethiopia-Somaliland deal as a direct challenge. The Horn of Africa is now a stage for rival alliances, Ethiopia and Somaliland. Backed by the UAE and Israel versus Somalia, Egypt and Turkey, the region teeters on the brink, with any further escalation risking a wider conflict. The EU must tread carefully to avoid fueling instability. The Horn of Africa's crisis has drawn in the world's great powers. The US, under a transactional administration, is quietly exploring closer ties with Somaliland, seeing strategic value in countering China and Iran. Washington's silence on Israel's recognition hints at a possible policy shift. China, with its military base in Djibouti and strong ties to Ethiopia, fiercely opposes Somaliland's independence, fearing a precedent for Taiwan. Beijing backs Mogadishu and uses its influence to block Somaliland's recognition. The region is now a theater for US-China rivalry, complicating the EU's efforts to find a stable partner. The EU must balance its interests between these competing giants. The stakes for global trade and security have never been higher. The EU faces a defining choice. Can Somaliland be its new anchor, or will deeper ties spark wider conflict? A partnership could secure trade routes and counter extremism, but risks alienating Africa and the Arab world. The EU's likely path is pragmatic cooperation, funding Berbera, training coast guards, and sharing intelligence, without formal recognition. This recognition-minus approach builds Somaliland's de facto statehood while maintaining diplomatic flexibility. Yet, the fate of Somaliland may be shaped more by the actions of Ethiopia, Israel, the US, and China than by Brussels. The best hope is a negotiated settlement between Hargeisa and Mogadishu. The worst, a proxy war. For the EU, the challenge is to secure stability without igniting a regional explosion. In seeking an anchor, Europe must be careful not to trigger a geopolitical storm. If you want to stay ahead of the news, understand the moves that governments, investors, and strategists are watching, and see the stories mainstream media won't cover, you know what to do. Hit subscribe and tap the notification bell so you never miss a deep dive breakdown. And drop a comment below. Do you think the EU's pivot is pragmatic genius or a risky gamble? I read every comment and often respond with insights you won't see anywhere else. Before you go, check out these other videos. We break down the geopolitics of Africa, the Middle East, and global security trends in ways that actually make sense. Your journey into thinking like a strategist starts here. See you in the next video.